Hello, my name is Taisha. Welcome or welcome back. I have been on Zepbound for 25 weeks and I'm back to give you an update. I'm 5'7". When I started my Zepbound journey in February, my highest weight was 183 pounds. I weighed in this morning at 134.2 pounds. That means in 25 weeks, I've lost a grand total of 48.8 pounds, so nearly 50 pounds. And I'm down 1.8 pounds from last week, which is surprising, and I'll tell you why. I have told you guys in previous videos, as far as movement, do things that you enjoy, and I got to where I just did not feel like walking. And with working out, I tell myself, okay, do 5 minutes, and if you want to stop, you can stop. But walking, it's kind of not the same, because when you walk a certain distance, you got to walk it back. And I found myself just constantly looking at my watch to see how much time I had left. So I just haven't felt like it. And we had some crazy weather. It was kind of rainy and gloomy. Today is actually a sunny day, but I've just decided that that is no longer something that I want to have in the program. So I stopped, and it is totally okay to do that. I'm starting a brand new program on Monday, and it's by a YouTuber. The channel is Lift with C, and her name is Cheryl Kaloum. I hope I'm saying that right. But she structures her workouts. They're geared towards women 40 and up. And it doesn't mean that if you're a different age, you can't do it, but I wanted to try something different, switch things up. So I'll still be working out 5 days a week, doing strength training, but I'll be following her program. And I haven't decided yet if I'm going to do it 6 or 8 weeks, because I like to switch things up. So when I get to the end of 6 weeks, I'll know if I'm going to continue for 2 more, and I'll let you guys know as well. I eat a whole food plant-based diet. I eat very minimally processed foods, and that is a way that I feel the best. I feel like I operate more efficiently that way. I drink a lot of water. Let's see, I have a canteen right there, and it holds 32 ounces of water, and I drink about, since I haven't been walking, I've only been getting like 5 of those a day. And I feel like when I walk, I gear more towards 6 of those a day. So, kind of missing out on an extra 32 ounces, but I'm just not as thirsty. And honestly, since water is the only thing I drink, it's not something where I feel like I've got to force myself to get it in. So I just kind of listen to my body when it comes to things like that. If you've been here before, then you know that I post all of my workouts, a sped up version on Reels on Instagram. Feel free to go check that out. And I also do a food diary every day. And this week, I've been also attaching my screenshots from Lose It that show, the calories and the macronutrient breakdowns. So I have also been putting that on the community tab. There was someone who asked about, what a day of eating looks like for me. And so it's easier, just to put it out there. So I figured it's on Instagram, but I'm also putting it for now in the community tab. And yeah, if you look at it, you see I basically eat the same way. I don't consider the way that I eat, super restrictive or anything like that. I just, it's the air fryer. I just have no desire to eat any processed foods. And it's because in the past, I've not been able to do that in a way that, where I was exercising moderation. I'm not taking anything away from the medication, but I know there are also other people that are on this medication and they're still struggling with food noise and overeating and things like that. So I gotta, stay within my limitations and not go out of it. I had an appointment with my provider on Wednesday, and I was also due for another prior authorization. I have TRICARE, and initially it was approved for 6 months, and then it'll have to be renewed annually. But I was a little nervous, but I advocated for myself with my provider, because initially just to put something on paper, my goal weight was 135 pounds. And if you've been following me for a while, you know that I don't necessarily have a goal weight. I have a goal body fat percentage. but I was, I needed to give a number. And so since I'm there, my provider was like, well, do you want to stay on it or switch to see if, there's something else to maintain? I told him I wish to stay on the medication. I'm not trying to lose weight. I am, and I just explained, as I do with every visit, the things that I've been doing. I'm working out consistently. I'm eating a whole food, plant-based diet. I'm drinking a lot of water. I think those things make a difference. And so thankfully I have someone who listens to me, and, he was on board. My prior authorization, I had already pulled up a copy of it from TRICARE. I went to the website, pulled it up, and I had that prepared for my appointment. I'm gonna pull it up so I can go over it with you guys. Okay, so on the prior authorization form, you can see where, the step 1 is the complete, my personal information, the doctor's information. And then step 2, and this is not the initial, this is a follow-up. So has the patient received this medication under the TRICARE benefit in the last 6 months? The answer is yes. So then proceed to question 15, which was, is the patient currently engaged in behavioral modification and on a reduced calorie diet? The answer is yes. So then it's 16. How old is the patient? Greater than or equal to 18 years of age. Then we go to number 17. Has the patient lost greater than or equal to 4% of baseline body weight since starting medication despite 16 weeks of therapy? The answer was yes. So then we go to 19. Is the patient pregnant? Absolutely not. And that's it. That's all that TRICARE requires. So they basically want to know, have you made some lifestyle modifications? Are you moving your body? Are you eating a reduced calorie diet? Are you losing weight? Because I suspect if I had not met that criteria, I would not have been approved. So I'm good for another year, and I'm thankful because $24 is better than paying $1,200 or whatever the cost of it is. But I was prepared to do that. So I don't know if you've seen any of my earlier videos. That was something that I discussed with my husband once I had started taking the medication and just seeing the effect that it had, with silencing the food noise. And I know you guys probably get tired of hearing me say that, but it really is that impactful. So I had discussed it with my husband, and he was totally on board with, if I get to a point where the insurance doesn't cover it, we'll just pay out of pocket for it. And for me, it would be worth it. So that's really all that I have for you guys. And I'll do a quick recap. I've been on Zepbound for 25 weeks. I have lost 48.8 pounds, so nearly 50 pounds. I eat a whole food plant-based diet. I strength train 5 days a week. And with this new program, I'll still be strength training. It'll be more strength training 4 days a week, but then there'll be 2 days of just core work. So I'll be moving my body 6 days a week. As far as the walking, I'm not sure what kind of walking pad I want to get. And then when I go and look at the reviews, I haven't decided yet. So once I pick one, then we'll get that, and that's something I'll do. Side note, I go through periods of time where I don't want to leave my house. I don't want to interact with people in real life. And so I have found myself in that right now. So everything that I could do from home is better. And that's another reason why, like, group classes are fun, but I know myself, and I know I go through these periods of time where I don't want to interact with the outside world. And when those times come, having something established that I can do from home, no matter if I'm feeling like that, if it's rainy, if it's snowing, whatever, I'll still be able to continue. So that's what works for me. You guys know I always say you got to do what works for you. I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend. And remember, we can all share our journeys, but we should never compare them. All right, bye.